What's up, guys? This is Chuck from In the Lab News. Welcome to Lab Rants. This is part 2 of our episode about why is it that European players can go pro when they're teenagers and nobody cares, but American high school players are pressured to go to college after. In this video, we're going to discuss reasons 3 and 4 as to why this is. So the third reason that nobody questions international players' education is because average people don't even understand the type of education that an NBA prospect needs. First, I want to dispel the myth about oh, well, if guys just went to college for another year or two or spent more time in college, then they would be able to manage their money and it would be better, and education is the answer. I compiled a list of NBA players who went to college for several years and then still ended up broke. First on the list is Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson went to college for 2 years, he studied art, and he made $154 million in his NBA career, and he's broke. Scottie Pippen went to college for 4 years, studied industrial education, made $109 million, and he's broke. And Antoine Walker went to college for 2 years. I don't even know what he studied. He made $108 million. He ended up broke. And now, after the fact, he says that he wished that he studied business, and now he goes around the country lecturing college players as well as young NBA players and telling them the importance of finance and what they need to know so they don't end up like him. So what does this tell you? This tells you that just going to college in general and spending more than a year, which some people are advocating for, some people are saying they don't like the one and done rule, and if the one and done rule was done away with, then that would make all this better, and players would be better prepared, not only in their game, but mentally and understanding how to manage money. I simply don't think that's true. Something that I really don't like is when NBA players go broke after their career, and then the first thing people say is oh, they're stupid. They had, whatever amount of millions, and then they lost it. Rather than the players being dumb, I think the system that they're forced into is dumb, like the whole one and done crap, or when they get to the NBA, the rookies just have their weekend rookie seminar where they're supposed to learn about, making smart decisions and finance and the way the league works. And it's ridiculous. That whole thing is stupid, and that's why you have so many players going broke. The system is designed weakly, and that's why the results aren't good. The most intelligent people in our society go broke all the time. Think about Elon Musk, Trump, Nikola Tesla. They've all gone broke, but they got out of it because they got help. They got loans, they got finances, they got a second chance. A lot of these NBA players come from generations of poverty. Their ancestors were slaves, and they're the only people in their family that have anything. Imagine if LeBron goes broke. No one in his family can loan him money. He doesn't have any millionaires and financial wizards and stuff like that in his family. It's all on him. He has several generations, like his mother, his grandmother, his uncles, his great uncles. He has his in-laws. LeBron probably has up to 1,000 people that depend on him financially. And if something goes wrong and LeBron loses everything, it's over. He's not like Elon Musk, and the government's going to give him a $465 million bailout from taxpayers' money to get back on his feet and give him a second chance. He's not like Trump, who went bankrupt 6 times and got over $700 million in loans from Deutsche Bank. And so this is the reality that a lot of these players are dealing with. And so that's not making an excuse. That's not saying, oh, it's cool or whatever, and they, if they go broke, who cares? But we have to understand, that there's a reason that these players are kept ignorant. There's a whole economy around keeping players ignorant, for the agents, for the NBA owners, for the NBA itself, for the brands, for all these other individuals can make money if the player does not know how to protect their money. So let's get off there. Let's stop calling dudes stupid if they lose money. The fourth reason is international stars don't grow up in front of us. We don't watch their Ballers Life mixtapes. We don't see them in middle school, high school, college. And so we're not in their business, and we're not worried about that. By the time that they get in front of us, they're a fully formed grown man, and we just see them for what they are on the court as a basketball player, and we don't think about anything else behind the scenes. Unlike LaMelo Ball or LiAngelo Ball, where we know what kind of car they drive, we know who they're dating, they have a TV show, we know all their family members, we know the health of their mom. We don't just look at them as a basketball player anymore, or just like on the court what they bring. We're looking at them as a personality. You know, we like know more about the Ball brothers than we know probably about like Eminem or certain rappers. You know, so I think that really has something to do with like our perceptions, you know, between American-born players and overseas players. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, honestly. Okay, so now that we know the problem, here are my solutions. I think there needs to be a curriculum formed around what these players actually need to know. So if they're going to continue to go to four-year schools, or if they're going to go straight to the G League out of high school, there needs to be a curriculum formed around this. They need to have a financial planning class, a public speaking class, media training, basic human psychology, a class on how to pick the right agent, public relations, and most importantly, they need to know the collective bargaining agreement. So some of you might not know what the CBA is, and so that's a fancy term for basically all the rules for the league, you know, in terms of like the players' rights, how many days off they get, how many days they have to practice, how the contracts will be structured, and if you get hurt, do you get paid? So young players should know that very well so they can protect themselves and protect their money, and players will, you know, have better deals. Another solution that I have is let the guys who are good enough come straight out of high school, but their first year, let them just train, work out, and learn the game on and off the court and get educated in terms of what they need to know. So there's already a couple players who have done that, and the results have been off the charts. So when you look at Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Blake Griffin, all these guys missed their first year. Unfortunately, it was because of injury, but in that time that they were injured their first year, they got paid, which they wouldn't have got if they just went to another year in college, as well as they got to see the best doctors, they got the best coaches, the best training, and they developed for a full year. And so by the time that they had their actual real rookie year on the court, they were way better than all the other players that they were their age or that were rookies, and they killed. So I think that that's a really good look, and I don't think it's an accident that these dudes are having that type of success. This way seems to be working. You know, this is a whole new league. The NBA has changed a lot in, you know, the last 10, 20 years, so I think they need to revamp the way that they're dealing with the players as well. So all in all, what am I saying? I'm not saying that players don't need to be educated and everyone just drop out of school and try to go to the league tomorrow. What I'm saying is if you have the skills, if you have the game, then you shouldn't be forced to have to go to college for a year or really for 7 months and then study something that you don't care about, which has nothing to do with preparing you for the NBA, which is your career. So either colleges should make a curriculum for the very exceptional elite players, or these players should be allowed to leave high school and go to the NBA. They should go to the G League, and within the G League there should be an education sector where now they're teaching these players the proper skills and knowledge that they need to not go broke, keep their money, and have a great NBA career. But just sending them to these colleges that aren't preparing them for the type of knowledge that they need to secure their money, it's not helping them. The only person that's helping is the NCAA and these coaches. And so I think that now where society's moving now, we need to start thinking about helping these players. It's crazy that there's a statistic which states that of all NBA players, over 60% of them 4 years after they retire are broke. That's ridiculous, and that says that we're not properly educating them. So I want to make a change to that. All right, guys, this is the end of episode 1. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to me. Let me know what your solutions are. Let's fix this problem. All right. Thank you. Bye.
And Tom Thibodeau will use a timeout.
All of a sudden, as soon as he leaves, that's when he takes off. And so if you're Karl Anthony Towns, you invite that pass to Dwight Powell. You cannot leave Jeff Teague